Hey there, you're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and this is Pathfinder Kingmaker, the Enhanced Edition. And we are playing as Zara, Fey Sister, and her companion Bracken, the Leopard. I am voicing both Zara and Bracken, and any other characters that happen to need to be voiced. So consider this to be a story that's being told to you as the game unfolds. Sit back and enjoy yourself. In the last episode, we defeated the bandits here at Thorn Ford. And we are now going to make our way down to the Old Sycamore. We are tracking an evildoer named Tartusio, who is definitely up to some shenanigans. But also, we are discovering the stolen lands and the source of the fog, this mysterious fog. Zara Fey Sister is a druid. She has been sent out by her coven mother, which is basically a clan of druids, all female, who call themselves Fey Sisters. Zara is the newest initiate and has been sent out into the world by her other sisters to find out what the mysterious fog, which harms nature itself, and therefore is, the Fey Sisters consider themselves, like all druids, most druids I should say, to be a caretaker of nature and a follower of the law of the land. We're going to go on out into the world here and head straight to the map area. All right, we are here. There is the Old Sycamore down here, and we'll see what else is on the way as we head on. The party continues south, walking along the Thorn River, following the eastern bank. As they walk, Valerie tells stories of her adventures when she was first learning to use sword and shield. Looking out to the east, the party sees a huge sycamore, a noble patriarch of the tree world. The old sycamore can be seen from miles around. No other sycamore in the area has grown as high, and the reason this one in particular reached its enormous size remains a mystery to the locals. Harim looks over and points out to the tree and says, "I believe that's our destination." And the party trudges on. We will enter the location of the Old Sycamore.
Greetings.
Kesten, Garess, walks towards the party. Zara remembers him from Jamandi Aldori, the Sword Lord's mansion. She remembers him as one of her personal guards. He calls out, lifting a hand. "Greetings," he says. He limps noticeably. His clothes are stained with blood and looks every bit as grim and focused as when Zara first met him. But this time, Zara has a sense of excitement around him, a hint of it in his eyes.
I have urgent news from Restov. The investigation that I have conducted at Lady Jamandi's orders have proved your innocence. Tartusio was and still is the Pataxian spy. That dreadful night, it was him who had opened the gate and let the assassins in. It appears that he had planned to gain the barony and Eldori's support, only to later place these lands under the command of his true patron. King Irovetti is no stranger to intrigue and likes to use others to do his dirty work. Anyway, Lady Jamande sends her apologies.
Valerie glances over her shoulder at Zara, wondering how she will take this news. Valerie is also one of the, is a personal knight of the Sword Lord of Jamandi Aldori, and is very relieved that Zara has been finally cleared of suspicion. Valerie turns to Zara and says, "I knew that you were never, ever a traitor. I would not have given my sword to your cause had you been." Zara smiles. "Thank you, Valerie," she says. She walks forward towards Kesten Garess.
Lady Jamande ordered me to capture Tartuccio. We were following his trail when that damned mist fell. First, we entirely lost our way and then stumbled right into a bandit ambush. Alas, nearly all my people were wounded and can go no further. And so I am here asking for your aid. I'll point out on the map where Tartuccio is supposed to be. Bring that scum to Oleg's trading post, dead or alive. Restov will not forget this favor.
Zara says, "It would be our honor, of course," looking at the rest of the party, who are all eagerly nodding. She hears Harem say under her breath, "We'll take that man down, that thing down." Unfortunately, I think Tartuccio is a gnome? What is Tartuccio's race? Halfling? Gnome? I think he's a gnome. Might be. In any case, but Zara says, "But I can't help, to have some questions. How did he manage to fool you so well? To me, he seemed an obvious never-do-well."
That sly bastard has caused us no little trouble, that's for sure. When he showed up in Restov and announced he was going to join the expedition, nobody suspected a thing. Yes, a gnome, yes, a sorcerer, but so what? Even after that terrible night, some of my people were willing to bet money on you being the spy.
At these words, Bracken growls. "How could they have thought such a thing?" Unfortunately, Kesten only notices the leopard growling, but is unable to understand his words, as only Zara can understand her leopard friend. However, Zara does scratch him behind the ears and soothes them. "It's all right, my friend, it's all right." Then, looking up, she addresses Kesten again.
His overconfidence was his downfall. Tartuccio's henchmen, it seems, imagined they could safely meet with Pataxian spies in the town's seedy underbelly. But Restov is the ancestral home of the Aldori, and Lady Jamande is respected not only by the aristocracy and the common folk, but also by those on the other side of the law.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, I suppose that is a dubious honor, but whatever is necessary to keep peace.
We received a message from the slums. A good friend, who wished to remain anonymous, suggested the Sword Lords take a closer look at a certain guest from Patax. Jamande immediately sent for me and ordered me to capture the spy, all very quietly, of course. He told us everything, and not only about Tartuccio. I doubt that Irovetti was pleased to hear of his agent's failure.
Irovetti of Patax. But, Zara says, what can Pataxian spies hope to find in the stolen lands? Could it be that they are the ones responsible for this mysterious fog? And the evil druid that I seek who is behind it?
Pataxian spies are much like magpies. They'll grab anything that catches their eye. Information, treasure, artifacts. This time, King Irovetti had a chance to seize the entire Stolen Lands region, and at the Aldori's expense. I'll give you some advice for the future. Be wary of the Pataxian king. He's truly a snake of a man.
I will heed your words, says Zara, if I should ever find myself in Patax. By the way, my memory... I will admit that I have not spent much time in Vervoy. I prefer the nature and the wilds as to the wildness of the city. However, I do believe that Garess is the name of a noble house in Brevoy, is it not? You are noble, then, she asks.
Used to be. It's only a name now, nothing more. The House Garess are a noble family in Brevoy. They own several mines in the Galushkin Mountains. My father Evan is cousin to Lord Howland Garess, but he's my father no longer.
Valerie murmurs low, I'm sorry to hear that. To no longer be a part of your house, to no longer be a noble, that is quite a blow.
In any case, I brought shame upon my name and was punished accordingly. The family disowned me. I fled to Restov and took up the life of a simple mercenary, until I received an assignment here in the Stolen Lands.
Valerie continues curiously. Valerie, being of noble birth herself, is very curious of the ways and rumors of the nobles of Brevoy and Pitax. She says, would you share with me while you were exiled? You have asked of us a favor. I say you would owe Zara, at least, an explanation.
Fair enough. For a Garess, the prosperity of the house and the honor of the name stands above all else, and I was betrothed to a widow from another noble house. This union was of great importance to the family. However, 3 months before the wedding, I met a commoner girl, gentle and pure, and we fell in love. I would have rather died than leave my Tanya, so I decided to break off the engagement with my noble bride. I could never have expected what would follow.
Valerie listens, curious.
My father was furious. I'd set a pointless love affair above the interests of the house. He expelled me from the family and ordered to leave our lands under threat of death. And Tanya, her mother was seriously ill, and she stayed behind to care for her rather than follow me into exile. Thus, I was on my own, disgraced, without a name, and without love.
Valerie puts her hand to her chest, shocked. Disgraced, a disgraced noble. This, to Valerie, is the ultimate of sins.
Don't imagine that I ask for pity. Everyone gets what they deserve.
Valerie says, I can only say that I hope that you have found some regret in your heart. Duty should stand above emotion. The duty of your house. I understand that love is a powerful thing, though I've never felt it myself, she says. But still. Her words trail off, her face full of judgment.
Fairness befits a ruler. Be sure, I've learned my lesson well.
Valerie says, I should hope so. Zara, feeling very uncomfortable about Valerie's high-handed judgment, says, I would know more of House Garess and your homeland, she says, attempting to change the subject.
Well then, ask away.
Tell me of the lands you grew up in.
House Garess owns a number of valleys and gorges in the Galushkin Mountains. The landscape makes these places easily defensible, and they're rich in ores and everything else the depths of the earth have to offer. It is a place of rare beauty. When I moved to Restov, I couldn't get used to it for a long time. There was nothing but sky between the roofs. No mountain peaks anywhere in sight.
It sounds absolutely beautiful, says Zara, picturing it in her mind. And of your house, she says?
It is an old and renowned family, one of the most influential in Brevoy. A long time ago, the Garess house entered a pact with the dwarven clan of Golka. This proved to be of great benefit to both parties, and they've supplied the ore for our forges ever since. Lord Howland even took the son of the dwarven leader as his ward. Who would have known where this would lead?
Interesting, says Valerie, jumping in again. That he would take a son of a dwarven leader. I've never heard of such mixing of the races within the houses of Brevoy.
The same winter that Brevoy lost the Regarvia dynasty, Howland's only natural son, Bren, went missing in the mountains. Thus, Toval Golka, the Lord's dwarven ward, became heir to House Garess. The lad has it tough, though. Too many believed Howland should have chosen someone of his own blood to be the heir. I would imagine my own father had similar plans for me, but we all know how that went.
Valerie says, I look forward to talking to you if we have time to communicate again. For I'm curious about the ways of House Garess, and particularly about the news of this son of a dwarf.
As you wish.
Zara says, I believe we have to get on. The sun crawls across the sky. She looks towards Kesten and says, I appreciate and would give you my gratitude to send to Lady Jamandi Aldori, and let her know that I intend to serve her, well, and the ways of the land as best I can. Therefore, we must deliver Tartusio, dead or alive, and I think, hopefully, it will be dead! We've got a large map here. Oh! Whoa! And we stumble right into a pack of thylacines, and it is time for our first bit of combat here, and I'm going to put on some battle music for just this happenstance here. So he is going to do what he does best. He's going to charge here. Yeah, look at that. And that trip worked. And so down he goes, and no more attacks of opportunity. That's Bracken's turn complete. And Valerie is right here. She has the aggro, so she's going to continue on with that and just attack this thylacine right here.
Let us strike as one.
And he is dead. Very dead. Oh, look at this battle music. It's so epic. All right, that's Valerie's turn complete. Amiri, I think, is going to charge, if we can. Let's charge this one here. Yeah, he is dead, no problem. This is going to be an easy fight, I hope, because I think we don't really have much need to do Inspire Courage, just because this is going to be such an easy fight. So we're just going to go for him here. Right. Doing some damage there, and that means that Zara can dive in and join in with her bow. She is not the best at the bow, but she was able to get a few hits off there. And Harem finally is going to go up here and help Valerie in the front line. That means that Bracken's turn is up, and Bracken, I think, can finally finish off this guy, no problem. And there we go. That is our first combat complete. We have some goodies here. And we have an opportunity to do an athletics overgrown passage check. Let's see how we do. Not good. We took a bit of damage there. Our athletics check failed because we rolled a 13 plus we only have 5 modifiers, a modifier of +5. So that means that we only got an 18, and the difficulty check was 23, so we would have had to roll a lot higher than that. However, the party is a little bit worse for the wear, but we're going to slide in here and hide it! Queen Badar never find! Treasure heavy! Aye! Protect treasure!
I need inspiration.
It seems, says Valerie, shouting behind her, we have run into a few pirate mites. We don't mean you any harm, but if you must attack us, then we will defeat you, she calls. All right, so let's slide the camera around a little bit here. And this should be a pretty easy fight, so I'm actually going to, I think it's Alt-T. Let's auto-resolve this. Just have everybody go on this, because that's going to be pretty fast. Pretty simple. Pretty simple fight. Suddenly, the party notices bodies. Zara walks up, puts a hand out. He is covered with burns. She reports this information back to the party.
It's just not my lucky day.
It is now, but that means she's going to be a little bit more tired than normal. Okay. And then what else have we got here? There are enough supplies to encamp once. Zara says we could stay here, though I do not relish staying among the dead. We should perhaps make our camp elsewhere. So we can attempt to spend the night there, but we don't really need rest right now. We are a bit injured, but we can heal up. But when we need rest, we'll come back there, or the party will decide whether they want to come back there. We have some creatures here, some thylacine. And so Lindsay can do a sneak attack in sneak mode. Everyone else cannot. Let's go ahead and attack. There's enough of these that we might want to do this in a turn-based manner. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so we have one more left. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to wreck this guy with no problem whatsoever. And
waste.
Down he goes. There's one more alive somewhere? Is there one more alive? Oh, right here, behind us. I knew that.
We won't falter.
Yeah, we will.
Forwards. We can
Every time
do it.
she says the most amazing things and then we totally miss. Bracken, why don't you take care of this bad boy for us? That's the way it goes. Yeah. All right, so that was a very nice, successful battle. We're going to skin all these guys here. And I think,
My search was not in vain.
that gives us a new wand. Let's take a look at that wand. That is a Wand of Ear-Piercing Scream. It only has 9 charges on it. This has 10, this has 14. But this could be really good, and I like the idea of Lindsay using a lot of wands, so we're going to take that off and put that on. And we're also going to add that to her hotbar. Let's move this down. So that's the Magic Missile Wand, and that's the Wand of Ear-Piercing Scream. Good, and it tells us how many charges it has. Perfect. So that is, there's a Fortitude save that you have to make. It's a Sonic, and it basically, you unleash a powerful scream. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Nope, didn't mean to do that either. You unleash a powerful scream, and let me see here. What I'm trying to do is open this, make this so that I can see the, there we go, info. You unleash a powerful scream, inaudible to all but a single target. The target is dazed. So we want to use this on kind of take a target out that could be causing us trouble. I'm curious what within close range. That's important because it means that Lindsay would have to get up close to the battle in order to make that wand go off, but then she can move afterwards. Okay.
And so they walked on.
They did. Zara murmurs to herself, "This fog unnerves me." All right, we have a giant centipede here, and I'm going to I don't think this is going to be too difficult, so let's just take care of this. Oh, more of these centipedes coming out. We're able to easily take care of those, so there's no need to do turn-based. Ah, here we have a trap. We're gonna have Lindsay take care of that, hopefully.
Anything else?
It might be good against wizards. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. The intertwined roots of the huge tree cover what might be an entrance to the dungeons. However, we cannot yet enter. Let's head down this way. Whoa, hello. Whoa, 3 wolves coming for us. Bracken is so fast. Look at how fast he is. He is way ahead of everybody else. Way ahead. All right, you guys, come here and let the wolves come to you. All right, so we have the 3 wolves here. Bracken, it is your time to shine, buddy. Charge the first enemy, and there goes that wonderful trip. I love that trip. It's such a wonderful feat. And turn. Lindsay, Lindsay, we could actually use some Inspire Courage for this fight. I think these wolves might be a little bit challenging for us. And Harim, also charge as well too. Woo! Okay, maybe these wolves won't be that challenging. Okay, I guess we aren't going to need a lot of help on this this battle. So let's just take care of this last wolf.
It.
Bring it!
Bring it! And that's how we do battle in Pathfinder Kingmaker. Let's try this mobility check and climb down the hill. Zara says, follow me, and she nimbly jumps down the hill. Yep, nimble as can be. Here is an ancient coin. We're going to keep those because I understand that they are of use. We're going to go over this way because we have not yet cleared out this area of the map. Get rid of that fog of war.
Blood for Gorham!
Woo! Blood for Gorham is right.
Stay behind me! Tear them apart!
Yeah, that trip. All right. And poor wolves didn't even see what's coming. Okay.
This requires your attention.
Excellent. We found a locked chest to give us some more wonderful loot. And then let's go up around the north, around this small pond, and continue decimating the wildlife. Well, I mean, they hit us first. Whoa. I didn't see those things there. That scared me. Bracken, you go on this one. Can you trip this? I doubt it. Yes, you can! You can! You can trip a tassel worm! That's awesome! That's what happens when you trip a tassel worm. They just sort of fall over. I mean, how can you trip a thing with no legs? I don't know. But it just means that Bracken the Mighty is on the field. Okay, wow, look at him just doing it. Wow. Okay, these guys are wrecking. The party walks across, or over, unintentionally, a body. Unfortunately, he is long dead. Zara gives him a little blessing. And then she notices that he has a letter. This letter talks about antiquities. This is a man who was searching for antiquities. Perhaps these coins have some sort of value. We should make note to keep them. And then the party does a quick burial of the body, moving him over underneath the bushes and covering him with what dirt and stones and rocks that they can find. We do not like to leave the dead dishonored, says Zara. Valerie agrees. Harim says, what does it matter? Death is death, whether it be covered with the earth or laid bare for the birds to eat. Zara says, Harim, I do wish you had a more positive outlook on life. And the party continues. Let's continue on around here. Oh, up here. This is a mobility check. Harim's a bit injured, so before we try this
I'm
check,
still here.
let's have him heal up.
Can it be the end?
Yeah, because of that. Yeah, for that reason. Okay, so I don't think we'll be climbing that until we rest. We will not be climbing that until we have a little rest.
Your sword is so heavy. Maybe you should carry a smaller weapon and wear more serious armor.
Yeah, right. Why do I need armor? My enemies can barely raise their hands before they fall on the ground. That wouldn't be so easy if I was swinging a toothpick.
You spoiled our seasoned wings and thighs? The party disheartened, the party munches on some very burnt and very unseasoned wings and thighs. Barely enough to keep body and soul together, says Harim, in a gloomy and melancholy voice. Yep, they munch on some Kentucky embers. Yep. All right, let's try that again. And hope we make it. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Okay, guys. Please. You can do this. Let's do channel positive energy. Let's see, Bracken, can you do a mobility check? Lesson learned, just ask Bracken. Bracken, the party walk up to the tree, and after several failed attempts to cross it, with Lindsay leading them, Lindsay sits down on the ground, disheartened. Bracken says, finally frustrated with all of these shenanigans, he growls at Zara. When you need to climb, let a leopard do it. And nimbly he climbs up the tree. It is like this. Follow me. And pad, 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 jump. In 3 strides, the party is at the top of the trunk. Ah, here are some more traps.
Applause, please. It's just not my lucky day.
Come on, Lindsay, you can do it.
Sorry.
Whoa! Whoa. So we're definitely going to do this turn-based because this particular battle is quite difficult. Bracken, come on in and kill this guy. Finally! Finally, Bracken. I'm totally team Bracken. Absolutely team Bracken.
Back home, we'd say, the thicker the armor, the longer it takes to ready the corpse for the pyre. That's definitely true about you, Valerie.
But you'd be quick. We just sew your arms and legs back, so you're more or less human-shaped.
What? What the frick? What kind of weird thing is that to say to somebody? Okay, I'm thinking Amiri and Valerie do not like each other very much at all. Zara awoke. Suddenly, she was inside the house again. The dogs were howling fiercely not far away. It smelled like burning. The wooden walls were steaming hot, and smoke was wreathing below the low ceiling. She, this time, tried to open the door. Actually, this time she looked out of the window. The instant she approached the window, the glass broke and an arrow hit her in the chest. Falling, she glimpsed a dozen dark figures standing outside, her eyes dimmed. Her skin felt cold. It's the drowned man again. She wakes suddenly. It's the drowned man! Shrike River, it's the drowned man! Bracken wakes, immediately awake, alert, looking around for any sign of an enemy. He walks over to her, sits down by her, and Zara, shaking, allows the leopard to to hold her weight as she leans back against him. He murmurs in her ear in his growly language. Is it that dream again? That dream? Yes. A drowned man. He keeps telling me to go to the Shriek River. I believe it is east of here. Is that not right, friend? Yes, you are right, he says. I believe if these dreams continue to plague you so, my good friend, we should go. Don't you agree? Saying nothing, Zara looks into the tawny eyes of her friend and then sighs. I believe it is time to head back, sell some of our wares, and also, because our party is very overencumbered, we'll be moving somewhat slowly, but I'm determined to keep all that loot because we'll need all the coin we can get. A rest is in order, and we're going to do that now. But I'm going to leave you here. For those of you watching live, hang out with me. We will be continuing. But for those of you watching this later on YouTube, thank you so much for watching and enjoying Pathfinder Kingmaker Enhanced Edition with me. The story of Zara, Fae Sister, and her leopard Bracken. I'll see you next time.